Hey guys! Everyone know what is plastic. Every day we use plastic and almost half of the plastic we use is single-use plastic. And this is not very good to environment as it will cause such a big pollution and if not handled in the right procedure. But have you ever wondered where is all this plastic come from? So let's watch a short video how this plastic comes into our life.
This is the story of 3 plastic bottles, empty and discarded. Their journeys are about to diverge, with outcomes that impact nothing less than the fate of the planet. But they weren't always this way. To understand where these bottles end up, we must first explore their origins. The heroes of our story were conceived in this oil refinery. The plastic in their bodies was formed by chemically bonding oil and gas molecules together to make monomers. In turn, these monomers were bonded into long polymer chains to make plastic, in the form of millions of pellets. Those were melted at manufacturing plants and reformed in molds to create the resilient material that makes up the triplets' bodies. Machines filled the bottles with sweet, bubbly liquid, and they were then wrapped, shipped, bought, opened, consumed, and unceremoniously discarded. And now here they lie, poised at the edge of the unknown. Bottle 1, like hundreds of millions of tons of his plastic brethren, ends up in a landfill. This huge dump expands each day as more trash comes in and continues to take up space. As plastics sit there being compressed amongst layers of other junk, rainwater flows through the waste and absorbs the water-soluble compounds it contains, and some of those are highly toxic. Together, they create a harmful stew called leachate, which can move into groundwater, soil, and streams, poisoning ecosystems and harming wildlife. It can take bottle 1 an agonizing 1,000 years to decompose. Bottle 2's journey is stranger, but unfortunately no happier. He floats on a trickle that reaches a stream that flows into a river, and a river that reaches the ocean. After months lost at sea, he's slowly drawn into a massive vortex where trash accumulates, a place known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Here, the ocean's currents have trapped millions of pieces of plastic debris. This is one of 5 plastic-filled gyres in the world's seas, places where the pollutants turn the water into a cloudy plastic soup. Some animals, like seabirds, get entangled in the mess. They and others mistake the brightly colored plastic bits for food. Plastic makes them feel full when they're not, so they starve to death and pass the toxins from the plastic up the food chain. For example, it's eaten by lanternfish. The lanternfish are eaten by squid. The squid are eaten by tuna. And the tuna are eaten by us. And most plastics don't biodegrade, which means they're destined to break down into smaller and smaller pieces called microplastics, which might rotate in the sea eternally.
One of the biggest issues of plastic is the ocean plastic pollution problem. Lying between California and Hawaii, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is 3 times the size of France and is the world's biggest ocean waste repository. Within 1.8 billion pieces of floating plastic, which kill thousands of marine animals each year. With skyrocketing plastic production, low levels of recycling, and poor waste management, between 4 and 12 million metric tons of plastic into the ocean every year, enough to cover every foot of coastline on the planet. And that amount is projected to triple in the next 20 years. Let that sink for a moment. In the ocean, plastic pollution impacts sea turtles, whales, seabird, fish, coral reef, and countless other marine species and habitats. In fact, scientists estimate that more than half of the world's sea turtles and nearly every seabird on Earth have eaten plastic in their lifetime. Plastic pollution also mars otherwise beautiful beach, coastline, snorkel, and dive sites worldwide, even in remote areas such as Midway Atoll. That plastic pollution is such a problem is that it doesn't go away. Plastic are forever. Instead, plastic debris can simply break down to even smaller particles known as microplastic, whose environment impacts are still being determined. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran, Surah Ar-Ra'd verse 11, Allah will not change the condition of a people before they change their own condition. And when God wills evil against a people, then no one can reject it, and there is no protector but them other than Him. I think that's all from me. Thank you.